everyone and welcome to Fresh from My Garden. Today I'm sharing an update on our strawberry plants. So as you can see, it is still producing strawberries. It's doing really well. But there is one problem that I noticed over the last week, and that is burning of the tips of leaves. So it has been in the south side of our garden during the winter months, and it has been doing really well and producing some strawberries. There was no sign of the leaves getting burnt during the winter months, but now that the weather is starting to warm up and the sunlight is a lot harsher than during the winter months, I have noticed this burning of leaves. So I'm moving it to another side of our garden where we get partial sunlight. So if you are growing strawberries in a tropical climate like Bangalore or anywhere in India where the weathers are starting to warm up and you're starting to notice that these leaves are getting burnt, you don't have to worry that the plant is not going to survive, because if the crown is intact, if the crown of the plant is intact and there is no kind of pest or fungal infection on the crown, then it is definitely possible to revive these plants. Just move them to a spot where it receives partial or filtered sunlight. And after moving it to a spot like that, I have started to notice new leaf growth on these plants. So I'll also share the rest of the plants from our garden and also an update of the vegetable patch where we planted some tomatoes, eggplants and peppers. So please do stay tuned for the rest of the video, and don't forget to support us by subscribing to our channel and also watching all our videos regularly. We had five plants of strawberries in these hanging baskets, and they were all in the south side of our garden. So, as you can see, they are still continuing to produce fruit and they were doing pretty well in the south. But as the temperatures started to increase and the sunlight started to get more harsh, the plants started to have burnt leaves. So here in this plant you can see that the plant is not doing very great, but in the other containers the plant is not so bad and it can be revived. So there is a slight change after I moved it to this side where there is partial sunlight because new leaves have started to grow. Strawberries are plants that require a good amount of sunlight in order to produce fruits. But once the temperatures start rising and the sunlight gets a lot more intense, then is the time for them to be moved to a partial sunlight area so that the leaves don't get burnt and the plant doesn't die back completely. Now for an update of the vegetable patch. So these are the tomato plants that we planted in the ground, and I had added a trellis to support these plants, but unfortunately due to a lot of wind the trellis kept falling over a couple of times, so I had to get that out and add individual stakes instead. And next to that I have a row of beets which seems to be doing pretty well, and here I have some shallots that I had planted as companion plants. So in this patch I have some chili pepper plants, some shallots, spinach, cilantro, a row of eggplants and tomatoes. Earlier, when I had planted seeds in this patch, I had shared in a previous video that none of the seeds except the beets germinated. So we got some saplings of tomatoes, chili peppers, and eggplants for this patch. And then I had some shallots from my kitchen that started sprouting, so I planted those here as companion plants. And I also added some rows of cilantro and spinach from seed. So currently most of them seem to be doing well, and as they grow and they're getting ready for harvest, I'll share another update video on these. So I hope you enjoyed a quick tip on the strawberry plants and also this update on our vegetable patch in the garden. Please don't forget to support us by subscribing and also share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, do give this video a thumbs up if you liked our garden update. See you next time in another video. Thanks for watching Fresh from my garden.